An 11-point lead for Utah State on the 50th anniversary of the Spectrum here in Logan as they honor some of the championship teams of the past. And we welcome you back courtside. Justin Walters, Pete Gillen, Alex Sobario, and Coach. So far, so good in terms of the inside-outside game we were talking about when it came to Merrill and Cada. But they got a little foul trouble there at the end of the first half.
That's a concern, but there's a terrific players, one of the best inside-outside tandems in the country. They're playing really, really well first half. Get the ball to the big guy here, Cada, throw it home. He's got moves, he's got quick feet, he's got great hands, left hand, right hand. He's got a partner, Sam Merrill, preseason player of the year in the Mountain West. Drives, scoops, heck of a finish there in traffic. Jump shot, that's automatic. That's a layup for him, that three-point shot at the top of the key. At the foul, he got 2 fouls. Good call. He didn't like it, but it was a good call. He ran a man over. George.
Take a look at those numbers, Coach. We talked about the rebounding, the domination of Utah State. That's the story tonight.
How about the 31% defense by Utah State? We don't talk about that. Do a great job with that. All right, points in the paint. Even rebounds. Team that controls the boards, controls the game very often. So give credit to Utah State for their rebounding and their defense.
Let's send it over to Justin Walters. Justin.
Alex, so poised Leon Rice doesn't seem that worried to be down 11. He told me that they are within striking distance and right where they want to be. As for what they need to do better in the second half, it's clearly rebound. They're being out-rebounded right now, 24-16.
That rebounding, certainly the story, Coach. And Leon Rice talked about it in terms of making sure that they crashed the boards. They didn't think they may win the rebounding battle, but they wanted to make sure it was close. Right now, it's not close.
No question. Adolph Rupp, the great coach at University of Kentucky, said the team that controls the boards controls the game, and that's what's happening right now at halftime. It's a long game, though, Alex. Long way to go.
There's that post-up you were talking about, Coach, on Alston. And we're getting a foul called against Boise State. Coach, when you make adjustments for both of these teams, what are you looking for here in this maybe first 5 minutes of the second half?
We're trying to get Alston going. He was double-teamed. He passed, but George pushed off, so can't do that. But we're trying to get Alston going. If they double him, he's a good passer. 6'9", he can look over the defense.
What about for Utah State?
Utah State, keep doing what they're doing. Don't forget the big guy. Get the ball inside to Cada. 67% from the field. Throw him the basketball. Can't have amnesia. Sometimes teams have amnesia with the big guy. They forget him.
And milestone watch. Offensive foul against Merrill. That is 4. Just as we were about to say, he was 10 points away from reaching 2,000. He gets a player control foul, and he's going to have to head to the bench.
Hobbs did a great job. Guessing where he's going to go. Greg Smith got upset now. Got to take him out. That's a whole different world now. Greg Smith very upset.
And a technical foul has been issued on Craig Smith. So Jessup will take it.
Yeah, I love Craig Smith. He deserved it, though. He went crazy.
Coach, would you have gotten a technical foul in that situation?
I should have got more. I wouldn't be on Boot Hill. A couple games we got technical, helped us win, but I didn't complain enough. That's one of my many problems. But great to be with you, Alex. It's fun to be with you.
It's fun to be with you, Coach.
I read about you. I saw you. You know, you look great. You got the product on. You got the cologne, the mousse, everything. You look good. Smell good. Look at Craig Smith going nuts. He's fighting for his team. No, I like it. He's going to get the next couple of calls. He's saying, hey, that's a Mountain West preseason player of the year. Guy's an All-American candidate.
The jacket's already been off since the 18-minute mark of the first half, but the tie's next if this keeps going the way it's going.
Yeah. So got a lead.
Single digits now. Here's Hobbs. Misses short. And Bean. And Bean might be someone that needs to get going.
Great point, Alex. Justin Bean. Let him get involved.
He's 0 of 2 from the field. Does have 5 points, all from the foul line.
You got to give him the ball, though. He never touches it. Oh!
There's Cada. Misses. Bean with the offensive rebound. He's the double-double machine. That's the reason why right there.
I love Justin Bean. I love Judge Roy Bean, old Western guy. He took care of things in the West, but I love Justin Bean, too.
Lead back to 11.
Judge Roy Bean was before you were born, Alex. You were just a little legend in McCarran, Texas.
Jessup, right side. Misses. Porter with a rebound. Over to Brito. Up top. Miss on the shot there from Brock Miller.
Broncos got to push it. Score in transition before the defense gets set.
Alston trying to get through Bean. Can't.
Oh, good hustle by Bean.
And there's going to be a trip called against Bean. And the boos continue from the Magic.
Yeah. He dove. Good call. He hit Alston in the leg when he dove for the ball. 3 fouls on Utah State. So if I'm the Broncos, I'm going to keep attacking, try to get to the free throw line.
Working into the post to Alston. Trying to skip it to the corner.
Another
What a
foul.
collision from Brito.
Diogo Brito. Nice pass. Alston has great vision. That time up. It was good hustle by Brito, but you whacked him now. It's 14 fouls. Keep driving the ball if you're the Broncos. Game's not over. It's a long game. Hostile environment and playing against a terrific team, but Boise State has a chance.
Jessup in the Hobbs. Quickly to Jessup, who launches and buries the triple.
Tremendous three-point shooter. The best in the history of the Mountain West, Justin Jessup. He beat Jimmer Fredette, outscored him from 3. Jimmer was a legend.
And the man that's trailing him, and Sam Merrill, is on the bench, unable to keep pace.
Yeah. When Merrill's out, you got to go to Cada. The other guy shooting jump shots. They score, I call timeout if I'm Utah State. They score.
Drive to the bucket there from Hobbs and a miss.
You got to get a good shot now if you're Utah State. Get a good shot. He went to the big guy. He's got to read it because Zorch's killing him. Wow.
And once again, the Aggies turn it over. They ended the first half without a field goal in the final 4:07, and offense is tough to go by here in the second half already.
Yeah, and they average, 78 points a game. They're a good scoring team, Boise State. But credit the defense by Utah State.
Jessup off the ball screen, pulls up. Too strong that time. And a loose ball foul. And it's going to be against the Broncos. That's the second foul on Alston.
Yeah. I like it. Boise State, a little bit of pressure. I think they can give people Porter some trouble. He's a veteran, and Ray J. Dennett's only a freshman, but you can pressure him.
Porter trying to dump it to Cada at the last second, and a blocking foul underneath, and a frustrated Robin George.
Dan Rice don't like it. He's holding his head. Looks like an offensive to me. George is like the king of drawing the offensive foul. But he majored in, I think, at Boise State.
You can major in drawing offensive fouls, Coach?
Yeah, some schools, they got a very flexible curriculum. Boise State's a great school, but George is somehow, he does a wonderful job doing that.
I know they didn't have that at Xavier. Cada just picked up his third personal foul.
Yep.
Offensive
Good call.
foul here.
He moved, yep. Good call. Good call.
Craig Smith staying with him.
I go right at him now. Get the ball to R.J. Williams. Go at Cada. Drive at him. Attack. I'd attack now if I'm Williams.
Trying to get it to Jessup. Down low. Beautiful feed, and Williams with the two-handed flush.
Here come the Broncos.
And the Broncos are within 6.
Now, it's a giant game for Utah State. They got to win this one. They cannot lose at home. They want to go to the big dance as a possible at-large.
Coach, when you've got Merrill on the bench, when you've got Keita playing now with 3 fouls, if you're Coach Craig Smith, how are you trying to put the ball in the hoop right now?
Good question. I go to Keita. I go inside to him now with Williams. I do that. I clear the side. Brito's a good one-on-one player. Now the question is, when does Sam Merrill go back in the game? Now, Sam is supremely smart. So I'd wait till see how the score is of the game. All right, I'd wait till about 10-minute mark. I'd get him in early. I'm a gambler.
Miller misses. Rebound, Keita out to Brito. He misses. And frustration starting to set in here at the Spectrum. Alston to the rim. Rejected. Keita. Porter puts it in. And Utah State's starting to feel it now, Coach. Jessup in the corner. To Brito. And the foul. They're up here at the Spectrum. Aggies up 10. After some early second half struggles, Brito on the break with the hoop and the harm, and the emotion from the sidelines is Craig Smith. Oh man, he's fired up.
He's juiced. Very emotional.
Knows how important this one is, Coach. Let's take a look at your keys one more time.
Well, for the Broncos, eat the glass. No, they're down -14 rebound margin. That's not doing it. Shatter Rock, 6 assists on 11 is pretty good. Utah State let the big dog eat. Keita's got 12 points, 5 rebounds. He's eating pretty good. Plenty of time left. Defended 3. Boise State 3 for 17. Brutal from 3-point land. They come into this game, the last 5 games, 43% from downtown. So credit the defense. Utah State's doing a great job defensively, as well as Keita doing a great job controlling the paint.
And Coach, from the moment this one tipped off, there was extra juice involved. Not to mention the 50th anniversary of the Spectrum, not to mention the old-timers coming back and being honored,
right.
Not to mention Wayne Estes being honored in the early going, but you go back to January 18th, the comeback loss, and then the frustrations. It's been setting in with the fans. They've been frustrated seeing Keita and Merrill in foul trouble.
Right. Nope.
They seem to be back into it.
No, it's big emotional. It's a long way to go, but
Justin, what do you got for us?
Alex, there's clearly been a shift of energy, and Coach Smith was really hyped up in the huddle talking about make sure the team plays hard without fouling, stay strong and poised. The main key was not fouling. Of course, we know Merrill in foul trouble, as well as a little bit of Keita.
The emotion's certainly high, as we mentioned throughout, but they certainly have gone up a notch as Dickinson misses. This is Porter off of his knee, out of play, and it goes back to the Broncos. Yep. How do the Broncos respond after that last little shift of emotion, Coach?
Well, once again, they got to get a good shot. 5 fouls on Utah State. I keep driving the ball. All right. I go to Alston. I'd screen him into the post. Or isolated. I think he can go by Justin Bean.
Alston buries one from the outside. And Alston, just his second field goal. Now 1 of 3 from downtown. He's got 6. That's got to feel good for him because he's been struggling.
He gets 19 a game. Second leading scorer in the league. You got to go with the best guy you brought to the dance, and he's the best player.
This is Bean over to Porter. Trying to get it into the big fella. They can't.
Yep. Williams is fighting him.
And we're going to get a holding foul called against the Broncos. Coach, at what point would you bring Sam Merrill back in?
Well, depends on the score now. You're up right now, 8 points. I'd bring him back. I'm a gambler. I'd bring him about the 10-minute mark. Now, if it gets closer, you might have to bring him back. But he's so smart. He's not just an ordinary guy. He's really a brilliant player, you know, and he's an intelligent. Some guys can play with fouls. Alex, some guys can't. I think he can.
Dump it into Keita. 17 feet from the basket.
Double him. You better double him. He's going to score.
Backing it in. Keita to the rim. We get a foul before he goes in for the flush. Now Keita's starting to get fired up a bit. Foul on Williams. That's it.
Yeah.
It's been dangerous that he's been on the floor, Coach, playing with those 4 fouls.
He fouled about 4 times. He kept hitting them.
They're checking over at the table. And now Leon Rice is going to take a timeout, so we'll take it with him. The emotion's certainly high here in Logan. Utah State up 42-34. It's tightening up here in Logan, a 42-34 advantage for the Utah State Aggies. Now, Coach, the bracket preview show was earlier today. The committee released their seeding for what it would be if the tournament started today. Taking a look at it, but some losses already for some of these teams in their top seeds.
Exactly. West Virginia got beat today. Duke won, but almost got knocked off, which was interesting. So Michigan State got beat, so some of these heavy hitters got beat. So long way to go. Team I like is Dayton. I love Dayton. I think Obi Toppin is a lottery pick. 6'9", quick, athletic, jumps, nice move. They get a good point guard. Does an excellent job. But Toppin is special. He's like jumps on a trampoline. He's not human. He's tremendous. Quick, athletic, up and away. Look, he dances. He's a good dancer. Like you, Alex. You got a lot of moves at a dance floor, I heard.
Certainly got a lot of dancing going on here as well. The magic, the pep band is...
How about the crowd? It's one of the great atmospheres in college basketball.
Well, you were talking about the atmosphere with the crowd and the chants. We took a look at the foul trouble there. Certainly Merrill still on the bench, but Keita playing with 3 fouls, but at this stage, that's not too bad.
Nope, keep going to him. Nice pass.
Here's Bairstow in the corner, short. 42-34, the advantage right now for Utah State.
Going to Keita, keep going to the big guy.
Doubling, coming late, lost the handle, and we're gonna get a jump ball here. Possession arrow will keep it.
That's close. That could have been a charge too. I mean, I know Boise State, a lot of times they flop, Alex, honestly, but sometimes run them over. Keep going to the big guy.
And that time, the pass to the big man was deflected. Here's Jessup on the break. Jessup to the rim, draws the contact, up the window, count the basket and the foul for the Broncos.
He's their glue. He's their senior, clutch player. They need a big hoop. He'll get it for him. Nice drive. Foul by Bean. Kiss it off the glass. The saying, Alex, when you go into the glass, use the glass because you got more margin of error. You can be a little off. Kick it up there nice and high and soft. You can roll in.
13 points now for Justinian Jessup after that made free throw.
Yep. Sam Merrill, 4 fouls. Once again, you don't want to be the richest guy in the graveyard. I'd wait a little bit, maybe about 10-minute mark, but he's smart. He's not going to commit a foul. And also, Utah State has a zone in their pocket. All right, talking about zone. Now, Boise State's playing a little 2-3 zone. They never zone.
Data outside to his Portuguese teammate. Misses from 3. Diogo Brito misses. Alston from way outside misses.
Wow, that was from Provo. That was one from Logan. That was a heck of a deep shot.
This is Porter with a runner. Might have been deflected, and Bean coming up with a loose ball.
Justin Bean is their man again.
You know you're big time when the crowd chants your name. Keita misses the finger roll there.
Yeah.
And Bean picks up the foul, and he doesn't like it.
Greg Smith doesn't like it. But you don't want to be reaching. And I love Justin Bean, but that's not a smart play. All right? And he's such a good offensive rebounder, but you can't keep... But Utah State's fortunate. Anderson's a good player, junior college player, so we'll give him some help.
Well, that's already 17 fouls for Utah State with 12:19 to go in the half.
Yeah.
Boise finds themselves in the bonus.
Yep. Well, that means Utah State's going to play more zone, is my guess, Alex. They're going to keep them out of foul trouble.
Front end of the 1-on-1 is good for Alex Hobbs.
This is a crucial game for Boise State and Utah State, especially Utah State. They want to get to the big dance. So right now they're in. Jerry Palm has them in. Oh.
Unfriendly rims there. Keita with a rebound.
Yep.
Brito. Long pass for Anderson. And it's out of bounds to the Broncos. They thought about it for a second to the officials.
Yep. They don't really have a point guard in there. Brito's a good player, but he's a combo guard, small forward for the Aggies.
Alston out to Dickinson. 10 on the shot clock. Dickinson to the rim. Oh, finds his way through just past the outstretched arms of Keita.
A one-possession game. Great comeback from Boise State.
Down to 2. Bairstow for 3. No. Keita.
Get the ball to Keita. Forget the jumper unless you're wide open.
And we're going to whistle away from the basketball here. It was starting to tighten up. The emotion is there. We got a tight one here in Logan. More college basketball comes at you tomorrow starting at noon Eastern. We tip off another college hoops doubleheader with Cincinnati taking on UConn, followed by Evansville at Bradley, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. As we take a look at the standings in the American, Cincinnati right up top, tied with Houston. A little bit of a surprise to see the Bearcats at 8-2.
Yeah, Mick Cronin went to UCLA, but hey, they're doing a great job. 8-2, 15-7 overall. Houston, Kelvin Sampson's always loaded. Frank Hayes at Tulsa, I think that's a bit of a surprise. Alex, SMU, Kim done a great job down there. So, yeah, America's a terrific conference, American.
Let's send it over to Justin.
All right, guys, there's no shortage of confidence in the Boise State huddle. One of the main things that they were stressing is not to give in and play hard. They want to focus on the foul trouble that Keita has, so look for them to attack them early and often in this few minutes.
Keita to the stripe, finally scoring in the second half here, Coach, because points have been hard to come by for Utah State. Just 3 of 13 from the field in the second half. They've turned it over 6 times, and Boise State has turned that into 12 points off of those 6 Utah State turnovers.
Yep. As you said, Alex, the first 2 points for Keita in the second half. He was their leading scorer with 12 in the first half, and Merrill has none, mainly because of his foul trouble with 4 fouls.
4-point lead for the Aggies. This is Dickinson. There's a deflection, nearly a steal. Save it into Hobbs. 9 on the shot clock here. Hobbs lost the handle. Brito's got it. To the rim. That Euro step that you love, Coach.
Diogo Brito, the Euro step. He's from Portugal. He loves it. Manu Ginobili be proud, even though he's from Argentina, but Manu played a lot in Europe.
Abercrombie. No. Alston tangled up, and a foul. It's going to be against Utah State.
Diogo Brito does a great job off the bench. A little shake and bake, nice step, boom, nice finish with the left hand. Diogo Brito from Portugal. His first 2 years he started here, as you know. Last couple of years now with Craig Smith taking over. He's come off the bench and does a tremendous job off the bench, giving him some life and energy and points. He was great the other day against UNLV. Terrific.
Brito entered this game with 100 steals in the season. He's really picked it up on the defensive end of the floor. Coach Smith calls him a Swiss Army knife. The irony in that is, Coach, his father's a butcher.
Is that right? How about that? Alex going deep into the annals. You're not here to hold hands, right? You're a businessman. Great point, Alex.
Alston can't finish with the foul line.
Yep.
Utah State up 5. So hanging on with Merrill on the bench, Coach.
Exactly. I go inside once again. I don't think Abercrombie can guard Keita.
Here's Miller outside. Brito in the corner for 3. No.
I take a layup or a power move by Keita rather than a jump shot in traffic. Keita's got to be smart now. They're going to try to draw charge on him. Can't block shots. Boise State can't, and then you got to take charges.
Dennis from long range. He misses, and Miller's got the rebound.
Boise's missing out some opportunities.
And Miller decides to take it, and he buries it. Lead back up to 8, Coach.
Yep. Go to Alston. No. Double foul call. Wow.
So deafening in here, you can't even hear the whistle.
Double foul on the Broncos, Derek Alston Jr. His fourth, also on Brock Miller.
That's 4 on Alston.
Wow. He got fouled then. I thought Brock Miller got him. I don't know about double on that one. Call the first one.
And Brock Miller, he's got 4 as well.
Now for Broncos, Max Rice, number 12.
So for both of these teams now, star players in foul trouble. And Alston comes out of the game here. Almost didn't know he was supposed to come out as Hobbs gets it into Rice. Now over to the corner. Hobbs launches the 3, and he buries one in the corner to silence the crowd here at the Spectrum.
The giant 3.
Under 10 minutes to go.
Cleared aside. I think Brito can go by Rice. I think he's too quick for him.
Bounce it into Cada.
You better double him.
Comes the double outside to Porter. Thought about it. Brito back to Porter. He'll take the 3. Too strong. Here comes Jessup. Out to Abercrombie. No one back, and he flushes it home for the Broncos.
One possession game. This game is everything for Utah State. They cannot lose this game. They want to be in that lodge for the NCAA tournament. Go back. They went last year. They want to go back again.
Porter trying to bounce it into Cada and a kickball.
They don't run. Cada's a little tired. Anderson's mixed up. Abercrombie with a flush. Running to the rim.
Cada, in terms of minutes, Coach, they're just now starting to pick up past the 25-minute mark or so.
Yeah.
Here's Brito with the runner. He can't finish.
He's their main scoring threat besides Cada, is Brito.
Broncos can tie it with a 3. Here's Jessup to the rim. Checked in by Cada.
How about that? He's exhausted, but a great block. Jessup goes up. Not my house. And the next step for Cada is to block it and keep it in bounds. That's what Bill Russell used to do many, many years ago with the Celtics. He'll learn that one day. But a great player.
Had 84 blocks last season for the Aggies. He's the reigning Defensive Player of the Year of the conference. And that's taken away here by Utah State.
I don't know about that shot. And Rice, his head swiveled a couple of times on that one.
Here's Bean.
Go inside. Let the big guy have it. You better double him.
Cada. Now they'll skip it to the corner. Bairstow finds some room to the rim. Left hand.
Oh, nice finish.
And the Australian freshman puts it in. Lead back up to 5 for the Aggies. Dennis.
Oh, got lucky.
Off the handle, but a foul.
Swing the ball. Bairstow sees an opening. Take it to the hoop. Young man from Australia. Nice finish. Stick with us. Aaron Logan. Get a great one.
It's tightening up in the Mountain West. It's tightening up in this game. Formerly a double-digit lead for Utah State. It's only 5 now. This is our AT&T game summary. Rebounding battle so far, so good for Utah State. As we welcome you back courtside, Alex Sobario alongside Pete Gillen. And Coach, the rebounding is working in the way of Utah State. But right now, Boise State not going anywhere because Sam Merrill's spending a lot of time on the bench.
No question. He hasn't scored in second half because of foul trouble. He has 11 points, and Cade has only got 2. So the 2 big guns for Utah State are not scoring. So they got to get them back in the game. All right, with 7:38 back in, I would have Sam Merrill back in. Now, Craig Smith's a lot smarter than me, but I play him back. Why? Because he's a smart player. All right, he's intelligent. All right, and Alston here, he's out of the game now. He's got 4.
Williams.
I play the guys here. Play your best guys. That's it. The young guys, they can rest. And sometimes you might have to play a zone, Alex, to protect them.
We're talking about, the pre-show meeting and things like that, Coach, about the star power in this game.
Yep.
A lot of that star power has been neutralized because of that foul trouble. But the emotion's still very high. A lot of other players trying to contribute to get their part in.
Exactly. Now, I wonder what's going through the minds of Utah State now. Remember, they blew a 18-point lead in 3:36. Well, it's not 18, but they had a lead, and here comes the Broncos.
They've led by as many as 12 in this one. Right now it's down to 4. Boise with a takeaway.
Where the point's going to come from now? It's got to be Jessup.
Jessup, the sharpshooter, to Rice. Lost the handle for a second.
Redshirt freshman, got to calm down. Got to know your role. Tim Doria used to be the head coach of Utah State. Called the play. Get the ball to Jessup. Get it to your best player.
6 on the shot clock. Jessup trying to find some room. Finds Abercrombie. Not going to get it off in time. And look who's coming back in the game, Coach.
I like it. I like it. Once again, great defense that time by Utah State. Great defense. I like it. Sam Merrill coming back. He's got to be smart.
Also in for the Broncos, number 25, Robin George.
George, who's also playing with 4 fouls, is back in the game for Boise State.
Yep. Caden's got to be smart now because George is going to try to flop. Take the charge.
Coach, do you run a play for Merrill here?
Well, he's got to get feel, touch. I wouldn't shoot it right away if I'm Sam. So you get into a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe next time he touches it, then he can shoot.
This is Merrill, now to Bean. Dump it into the post. Cada.
Get it to Sam.
5 of the shot clock. Cada with the jumper. 16 points for Cada.
Yep. He shoots 67% from the field. Get him the basketball.
And we get a foul.
There he is, backed in. He tried to double. Jessup, bad double. He just wiped at the ball. He didn't double. He gambled for the steal. Jessup should have been in and locked him. Made a little bit of a wall there with George.
Bean picking up his 4th foul. Dennis misses.
He's a freshman.
Now, Coach, Boise State certainly took advantage of the time that Merrill spent on the bench. Boise State outscored Utah State 23-16.
Well, nope, that's it. Merrill's a giant part of their offense, obviously. Leading scorer, 18 points a game.
Dennis goes 1 of 2.
Yep. He can give him some trouble. I think Dennis got a chance to pick his pocket.
Cada high post this time. Merrill.
Oh, the refs want to let him stay in, but it's pretty physical in there. You better double him. He's going to score.
They'll skip it over. Now to the corner. Miller can't hold on to it.
Great defense by Boise State. Fighting for their lives.
Coach, things are starting to tighten up here. Certainly emotionally, you're tightening up as well for the players.
No question.
A little bit of pressing going on, maybe?
Yeah, maybe a little pressing, but once again, Utah State, I'm telling you, back in their mind, hey, we blew it once. I think they're resilient enough. I don't think they're going to fold.
Sam Merrill talked about the revenge factor going into this game and how important it was for them. We get a timeout taken by Boise State. Right now, a 5-point lead for Utah State. This rolls on. It's a late night in New York for the guys. Coming up next, get caught up on all your college hoops from all around the country on Inside College Basketball right here on CBS.
Look at that little doll dance. Look at her. She's ready. Pom-poms, headphones, she's ready.
She's been ready in this one. So have the entire fan base here in Logan. We've been treated tremendously well since we arrived. Coach, you're running for mayor here. You've been here for a while. I love Logan. We got here Tuesday. We were fortunate to do the game against UNLV with Utah State on Wednesday, and we stayed here, and it was tremendous. Great college town. Really nice people, and it's a wonderful university. Tremendous atmosphere here at the Spectrum as Jessup into the lane. The runner is good. Cuts the deficit down to 3 for the Broncos. He's clutch. He's a money player. A.J. Dennis. Oh, you got to be smart. See, freshman. Got to be smart. Looks like the bonus coming up here for Utah State as Porter will go to the line here.
Shooting 1 plus the bonus.
Boise State with 9 team fouls. Utah State already in the penalty with 10. Abel Porter shoots 74% from the line, so you don't want to foul somebody like that. A.J. Dennis, not a good decision. Porter having to get it done a little bit offensively with Merrill on the bench. Merrill's gone. Ray-J Dennis, the freshman. I would get him the ball and drive. Jessup in the right wing for 3, and it's down to a 2-point game. Justinian Jessup now with 18. Don't forget Cater. George can't guard him. Cater's got to be smart. I posted Cater. And off Merrill. He'll take it inside, trying to draw contact, puts it up, can't get it to go, but he's fouled. And Merrill will go to the strike. Yep. Where he's an excellent free throw shooter. And George will head to the bench, the second Boise player to foul out. That's both of their big men, Coach. Yep. That hurts. Abercrombie's in there, done a nice job, but so now you got to go Abercrombie on Cater, Coach? Yeah, only choice they got. Merrill connects. I'm surprised they didn't go some zone, Boise State. But it's not in Leon Rice's DNA. He's a great coach, but I like having a plan A, plan B. If you're Nolan Ryan in baseball, great baseball, but you don't need a plan B. You just throw it 100 miles an hour, but most people need a plan B. Merrill now 8 points away from 2,000. Utah State tremendous from the foul line this evening, 19 of 23. Get the ball to Alston, your best player. Get your best player the ball. Jessup, Abercrombie left wide open for the 3. No good, but Jessup with the offensive board. And Alston is on the deck. And he's holding on to his left leg. Looks like he's okay. Once again, that's not the shot I want. Abercrombie. Alston goes in. Yeah. Looks like you guys leg tangle with Merrill and Brito maybe. He's trying to box him out. Both guys. Justin Bean. So Max Rice will replace Alston as he'll head to the bench. Now, Coach Alston was telling us that his father, of course, had an NBA career, long career overseas. Now the head coach of the Westchester Knicks in the G League. Hasn't seen him play live since he was in high school.
Amazing.
And he's going to get that chance in the next homestand for the Broncos.
Yeah, Derek, I coached against his dad. Derek Olson Sr. when he was at Duquesne. I was the head coach at Xavier. That was a great player.
Oh, baseline jumper from Hobbs.
Gutty Sr., right?
Senior from LaPorte, Texas, averaging 8.5 per game.
Yep. One possession game. One is critical.
And another whistle away from the basketball. It's going to be against Jessup. What a game we've got going on here in Logan. Stay with us. .341 to play in this one. Just a one-possession game in a game that's got huge ramifications, not just for Utah State's tournament resume, but just overall in the Mountain West standings. Remember, top 5 will get a first-round bye in the conference, Coach. And there's a logjam right now when you look past San Diego State and Colorado State all the way down to New Mexico. Everyone's in the hunt still right now.
Exactly. San Diego State's in a league of their own right now, but the others are all mixed together, a bunch of teams. And as you know, if you're in the top 5, you only have to win 3 games to go to the NCAA tournament. If you're in the bottom 6, those teams got to play and win 4. So gigantic difference. It's very, very difficult to win 4 games in 4 days. So this is crucial for both teams and for Utah State. They get a chance for that large bid, but they cannot lose this game.
You know, Craig Smith was telling us before the game today about how he didn't want to hear about the tournament resume, who's got us in, who's got us out. We'll leave that to the guys. But he certainly knows where they are in the standings and how much they need to win, because that matters in terms of the conference tournament.
Exactly. He just wants to win. Sam Merrill.
Merrill hits another. He's 7 away from 2000.
Creeping towards 2000.
And as we mentioned before, just kind of serendipitously, this game, should he get there, 55 years to the day that Wayne Estes crossed the 2,000-point plateau here for Utah State, and then later passed away that night.
Yeah.
One of the tragedies in all of college basketball history.
Yep.
And Merrill even told us in practice yesterday as Jessup takes it to the rim and scores. Beautiful cut, beautiful pass.
Abercrombie with a great pass.
And to finish that point on Merrill, he said just the thought of potentially getting to 2,000 on this night gave him goosebumps.
Yeah, exactly.
We get another foul. It's going to be against Abercrombie, his second foul.
At the free throw line.
The redshirt freshman from Wollongong, Australia. You ever been to Wollongong?
No, I've been to Corona, Queens, but I've never been to Wollongong.
Cada misses from the foul line.
Got to box out now for your Boise State. Bean is a tremendous offensive rebounder.
Cada hits the second, 1 of 2 at the line for him. Lead up to 3.
Still a one-possession game. Gonna play good D now. Utah State, don't foul.
And Alston back in the game after coming out earlier. Here's Abercrombie up top. Too strong that time. It's probably the 3rd time Abercrombie's actually kind of taken an ill-advised shot, Coach.
Yeah, no, I think Utah State wants him to shoot it. Hasn't been close.
Merrill. Round the screen, takes the triple, short that time. Here comes Hobbs on the break. To the rim, left-hand layup, it's good. It's a 1-point game.
Now, do we have visions in our head now for Utah State? Up 12 points. Down to 1. Go to your best player, Sam Merrill. Bring him off the screen. We're going to get it to Sam.
Here's Cada finding some room, going to the bucket. Got some contact. Now here's Hobbs on the break to the rim, and the lead, no.
Yep. Merrill couldn't foul him. He's smart. He's a smart player. I'd call a timeout, Craig. It's a good idea.
So he'll take a timeout with a 1-point lead and a basketball. It's tightening up in the Mountain West. Under 2 minutes to go. Utah State with the basketball taking a timeout. They haven't put the ball in the hoop for a field goal in the last 4:21, Coach.
Yeah, doing a good job defensively. So right now, it's all about offensive efficiency, getting a good shot, taking care of the ball, and go to your best players. All right, for Boise State, go to Alston and Jessup. Jessup's been doing a great job second half. All right, if you're Utah State, I want Merrill with the ball in his hands. He's smart. You can't get to the rim. You got to watch out for a charge or get into Cater. I run a couple of screens from Merrill. I'll take my chance with him shooting a jump shot. He shoots 39% from downtown. I think he'll make a big shot.
Well, you think also low post to Cater because
yep.
Williams has fouled out. George
yep.
has fouled out. They're two big men.
Yep. Yep. Either one. Cater inside. I think they'll probably go to Cater inside on this play. But either Merrill shooting it or Cater inside.
1:56 to play.
Yeah.
Utah State kind of hovering on the bubble right now in terms of at-large opportunities. Here's Merrill inside, fall away, short, tip, no. Bean, wow, what a save to Porter.
Justin Bean, one of the top offensive rebounders in the country.
They'll dump it down low.
Yeah, you better double Cater. You better double him.
There's the double. He goes up and there's the foul.
Good call. He found him. No doubt.
And once again against Ray J. Dennis.
Yep. Active. Bean is all over it. Always around the ball. Judge Roy Bean was alive today. He would love Justin Bean because he's a closer. He gets the big plays.
Bean, the holder of the Gator belt. They've got a championship wrestling belt that they give out to the guys that make all those hustle plays, and Bean's had it for so long they may have to retire it under his name.
Exactly. Now he's talked to him yesterday at practice. He's proud of having a Gator belt.
Cater from the stripe hits him.
Pressure free throws for the big guy.
Three-point game. No. Rejected again.
Would have been a goaltender. It was close.
Here's Hobbs. Underneath Abercrombie. He lays it up and he puts it in. Cater got there just a step late, Coach.
Yep. Great hustle by the Broncos.
Less than a minute to go. It's a one-point game here in Logan.
Yep. I want Sam Merrill shooting it or Cater. Unless somebody's wide open. Bean go to the offensive glass without fouling. Good defense to the Broncos. Don't foul.
Merrill trying to find some room. Out to Bean. To the corner, Brito. 7 on the shot clock. This is Cater finding some room. Oh, he's held from behind by Abercrombie.
Could be a flagrant one. They're going to look at it. Officials. Look like a flagrant one to me. Alex. To the big guy. You got to double him. They didn't double him. Fouled him there. They grabbed him by the neck. It's not a basketball play.
So that's going to force another look here. But, Coach, he got beat.
I grabbed him by the shoulder. It wasn't a basketball play at the end, Alex.
And Abercrombie, the freshman, kind of thrown into the action here on guarding Cater because of the foul outs for Williams and George. And now, and this is what they're looking at. Avoidable, unnecessary contact to decide whether it's a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2.
Yeah, I don't think it's a flagrant 2. I think it's a flagrant 1.
The flagrant 2 is just excessive or extreme contact. And we're going to get the word here from the officials coming over to our table to talk to Coach. What do you say, Coach?
Flagrant 1, 2 shots and possession for Utah State. What happened there?
This is a huge turn of events. A one-point game. As now Cater will go to the line to shoot 2 shots with 32 seconds to play. and they'll get the basketball. Keita's been busy at the free throw line.
Pretty good free throw shooter, 70%.
He's now 10 of 13, making 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Career highs for him at the foul line.
Yep. Now, boys, you're going to have to foul. 32 seconds, down 3.
Basketball.
Try to steal it, but I'd foul right away. Try to strengthen the game. 30-second shot clock, 32 seconds.
Porter will inbound to Merrill. And he'll have to call a timeout because he's trapped in the corner.
Timeout first before the foul. Yep.
Timeout before the foul.
Yep.
One official was coming over to say there was a foul, but the timeout came first.
That's good officiating. He did call timeout first. It's a tough spot now to get the ball there like in the coffin corner. Yeah, Rice says, what's going on? Where's the ball? Get the ball to your best player. They did a nice job. They triple teamed him. 3 guys, Ray J. Dennis, timeout before I got fouled. Yep, good call by the official.
Well, that's just a tough place to get it, but they didn't really have another option.
No, he's the only one free. They did a good job defending. They switched. 1 timeout each team.
Boise's got the possession arrow in their favor if they're able to get a tie up there.
Yep.
You try for that first, coach, or you foul immediately?
I try to get a steal, but then once it gets in, I want to elongate the game. Hopefully, right, they make 1 free throw, 1 out of 2, even 2, we can down maybe get a 3.
Hey, what do you think of your Aggies?
Well, the problem is with Utah State, they're one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country.
Exactly.
21st in the country in free throw shooting at just under 77%.
Yeah. Keita's a guy you want to foul if he touches it. He's one guy that's not a great free throw shooter. Bean and Merrill are both over 80% from the line.
Porter into Merrill, and Hobbs commits the foul, and that sends Merrill to the free throw line.
Yep. Yep. Merrill's 89% from the free throw line. Tops in the Mountain West.
At the free throw line.
Merrill, one of the best free throw shooters, not only in the Mountain West, but in the country at that high mark. In the reigning player of the year of the conference, was the tournament MVP last year. So he advanced to the NCAA tournament. And he's closing in on 2,000. 5 points away from reaching that plateau. Make it 4.
2-possession game. You don't need a 3 unless it's wide open. You need 2 possessions. Let's go to the basket.
Ray J. Dennis. Abercrombie lays it up. No. Jessup the putback. No. Rebound Bean. Trying to commit the foul. Here's Brito. Takes it to the rim.
Skaters on the ground.
And as the Broncos were trying to bring it back the other end with 11 1/10 second to go, Keita finds himself on the floor. He's been battling those knee injuries since before the season started. Missed 12 games early. And now he finds himself on the floor. He's being helped up as we speak as the athletic trainers and head coach Craig Smith coming over.
Right there. And it's Keita right there. Goes up. Oh. Down here on the ground. He's on the ground. Everybody goes down the court. Hopefully he's okay.
Keita trying to walk it off there. And he's dealt with this before. Remember, he came back in a game against Fresno State. And then in that Florida game, back on December the 21st, he kind of buckled that knee again, banged knees with somebody, and then missed another 2 games for them.
And he's exhausted, too. I mean, I'm sure he's banged up. Hopefully his knee's okay, but he played a lot of minutes, Alex. Last couple of games, he's getting healthier. Hopefully he's okay. Don't want to foul now if you're Utah State.
Out of bounds. Back to the Aggies. And now Leon Rice is going to burn his final timeout.
Timeout.
And what happened here, Coach?
Trying to get it in bounds. I think Alston took his eyes off the ball for a second. Wanted to go before he caught it.
It's usually what they say about wide receivers when they drop a ball in the NFL, isn't it, Coach?
That's right, no. But yeah, he just took his eyes off the basketball for a second and lost it out of bounds.
So Boise now without a timeout, and just enormous ramifications in the conference. Should this score hold, both Utah State and Boise State would be at 8 and 5. And of course, Utah State going to Colorado State next.
That's a big one at Colorado State. Nico Medved at Colorado State doing a great job, and that's a big one. It's almost a must-win for Utah State.
There's a look at the situation here. Boise State again without a timeout. Utah State with one, should they need it on an inbounds play. Utah State coming out of the timeout here with 8.5 seconds remaining.
You just don't want to charge anybody. Utah State's great shape. Game's over. Just get the ball in bounds. Don't commit a foolish foul. Pushing off. Going for the ball.
Coach, you trying to get it to Merrill here?
On this one, I just want to get the ball in bounds. I'd say my fastest guy, maybe Brito, run to the backcourt. You can throw it backcourt.
Porter will try to do the honors, get it in. They do into Brito. And nearly lost the handle, but he's fouled as the ball trickles out of bounds.
Yep.
Foul number 10, Ray is fourth. Diego Brito.
How about this little body? They get all cheers in concert. They're unbelievable.
This reminds me of the dog pound when I was at Boston U. Hockey chants. They're in unison here.
Yep. Great win for Craig Smith. Terrific effort, I thought, by Leon Rice and the Boise State Broncos, but marching on, Utah State.
And now Utah State will take a timeout with 7 3/10 seconds to go. And now both teams are out of timeouts. So let's take a look at our old Trapper Beef Jerky player of the game. And guess who it is, Coach? It's the big fella.
I like the big fella. Get him the ball inside. He dominated. A terrific player. Demiush Cada dominated the paint. Terrific. Block shots. He controlled the paint offensively and defensively. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks. Controlled the paint. Dominating. Terrific big guy. Now, we've said before a couple of times, Alex, he was hurt good part of the year. Sam Merrill and Cater, one of the best inside-outside tandems in the country.
Dennis launches from long range, partially blocked, and that's going to do it. And redemption for the Aggies of Utah State. Final score, Utah State 70, Boise State 61. Both teams now even up in the Mountain West Conference standings. And Coach, an enormous and emotional victory tonight for the Aggies.
Tremendous. There's Big Blue, mascot for the Aggies, fired up. Used to be a coach, couldn't win on the road, but he's doing a great job for Big Blue now, and great win.
Here's an update on the conference standings. You can see Utah State, Boise State, Nevada all a half game behind Colorado State in the standings, and the race for that #2 seed in the Mountain West.
Right, no question. You want to try to be away from San Diego State. You don't want to play them 2 and 3, go in the other bracket. But it's so important to get in the top 5, so you only have to play 3 games to get to the NCAA tournament, and try to win 4 games in 4 days is almost impossible.
And with Utah State's tournament resume on the line in terms of an at-large bid. Should they not win the conference tournament when you're in a conference with San Diego State? You got to think about it that way.
Right.
But this win, enormous for them. They avenge the loss. They do it here at home. They do it in front of a sellout crowd in an emotional atmosphere. And now let's send it over to Justin Walters. He's got our head coach.
Coach, Boise State within numerous times was in striking distance of taking the lead, but your team never folded. What was the key down the stretch?
Well, I'm glad we were playing at home because look around. It's an amazing environment. Our spirit and atmosphere is second to none. And so I thought they gave us a little extra juice. I thought Cato was really good defensively. And every time we play Boise State, it comes down to the wire, whether we're at home or at their place, and it's a big win for us. They're the hottest team in the league besides San Diego State, winning 5 in a row, so we got to keep on climbing.
Coach, with this victory, virtually the entire second half, Sam Merrill in foul trouble, but numerous players stepped up. What does it say about your team in this victory?
It was a gut check. Sam's our heart and soul in so many ways. You know, he's so close to their 2,000-point score. He's number 3 all-time in scoring, number 3 all-time in assists, and he's just our heartbeat. And so for him to pick up his 4th foul less than a minute into the second half, our guys really regathered. They went on a 10-0 run, but our guys really kept their poise and played with tremendous confidence.
Thanks so much, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you. Go Aggies.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Justin. A remarkable effort for the Aggies. Our final score, 70-61. For Pete Gillen, Justin Walters, and our entire crew, I'm Alex Sobario. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. We'll now send you to our New York studios for Inside College Basketball.